Hi, I hope you're mentally well and physically well. If this is your fourth or fifth time back, subscribe because you like it. If you want to see my videos up and down your algorithm, like this video and any other one you watch. Cool. This video is called Why Are You Afraid of Black Men? This is for white people who don't have any contact or don't mix with black people. Now, I believe that there's two type of people that have bad stereotypes about black people. Some of them are just racist knuckleheads who see someone with a different skin color and just have racist thoughts. Then there's others that are not necessarily racist, but they've been taken advantage of by the media, would have been brainwashed unknowingly, and have fall victim to believe in the stereotypes and the nonsense about black people. And black and white, we both have good people and we have bad people. Um, but let me just debunk these myths. Yeah. So my question is to the white people who don't mix with black people. This is not for white people in London because most white people in London they mix with blacks, Asians, Eastern Europeans, Asians, Arabs, Indians, wherever. They don't really need this education because we live on council states. We mix with each other. We pick each other's kids up from school. We sometimes boil each other's sugar or whatever, or this, that, and the other, so forth. It's like we're next door neighbors and so forth. So this is not really for white people that live in London because whites, blacks, Africans, Asians, we all mix. There'd be a there'd be a Michael at door one, you know. There'd be a where is it a Mohammed at door where is it two. There'd be a Vladimir, at door three. There'd be a Kofi, at door four. So like we know each other, and even though we have different beliefs and walks of life, and ways of life and so forth. Like we have more in common than we have uh, against each other. Anyway, so let's get through this video. Cool. Why are you afraid of black men? Now, it can't be because there's black guys in hoodies on council estates and stuff. That can't be the reason why you live in um, wherever you live, and you know when you get in a lift with a black person, you know a black person's walking behind you, you get scared, you know, because I'm sure in Manchester and Liverpool there's white kids with hoodies, and I don't think you're scared for your life when you see a white kid in a hoodie. Now I don't believe I'm not down for white. I'm not down for black or white kids, on my main public high streets and stuff wearing, balaclavas or ski masks over their face and so forth. But you can thank the government from that because after COVID, when everyone was wearing masks in COVID and this, that, and the other, what happened to a lot of young youths? They started covering their mouths and stuff like that because you were supposed to, and stuff on transport and stuff like that and so forth. And since COVID is over and whatever and blah blah blah, a lot of kids have decided to just carry on, wear a mask and stuff. Now people were not really intimidated before when COVID was on because it was government required to cover your face and blah 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 and all this stuff. But now, yes, I don't like it when I see white kids or black kids, because in London it's not about racism. In London, it's not about racism because there's black and white kids and Asian kids and Arab kids and African kids and Eastern European kids, on council estates. They're all together when they're in a group. But I don't like it when they're on the high street or they're in a shopping mall when they're walking around like that because a lot of older people are intimidated. I'm a big grown man, so I'm not scared of them, And I have to defend myself. But a lot of men and women, who are not from, council estates who are not from, or even if they are from council estates who they get you know, they get a bit intimidated by seeing someone, in balaclavas and ski masks and stuff in broad daylight. But the point I'm trying to say is the white people that live outside of London, they have this thing about a black guy. If a black guy gets in a lift with a suit, the lady she grabs her purse, you know, and so forth. If whether he's wearing a tracksuit or whether he's wearing a suit, even if he's not wearing a ski mask or balaclava, they still have this thing. And a lot of that is, especially the older generations, is because a lot of that is because we got the only time white people outside of London see black people is on Crime Watchers UK or the news when it's CCTV footage of people getting stabbed or robbed or blah blah blah. But you see CCTV footage of white guys doing robberies, doing jewelry, breaking into jewelry shops, doing things on the news as well. But you still don't carry that same stigma. So let's break the myths and debug these myths. If you come to London, and like I said, this is let me use a hypothetical example. But if you come to London, well, it's not hypothetical really, but I'm just talking about black people for the moment. I'll do future videos about different races and different ethnicities. But let's just say this is the reality. I want to debuff these myths you have and get rid of them quickly. Because the reality is this. If you come to London and you go to any council estate, whether it's in Battersea, whether it's in Peckham, whether it's in Stockwell, whether it's in Camberwell, whether it's in Brixton, wherever you go in, wherever you go, like say you go in London, if you go to a council estate that has a lot of black people in there, what's the main thing you're gonna see? You're not gonna see drug dealers. You're not gonna see gang members. You're not gonna see, you're not really gonna see criminals and stuff. First of all, since social media came out, people don't really hang out on the estate anymore. And when people did hang out on the estate anyway, like, and so forth, the vast majority were kids playing around, whether it be hide and seek, whether it be football, whether it be paddleball, whether it be, riding their BMXs, whatever. It's mostly like law-abiding young kids. But if you do come to London, and most people and stuff are like, are not hanging out nowadays. You very rarely see a whole bunch of people hanging out on a council estate. But anyway, the point is this. If you come to London, the vast majority, and you look at council estates, and where there's mainly black people, the most thing you'll see in London, is not drug dealers, it's not gangbangers and so forth on a council estate with those big high rises and those big tower blocks. Out of 90% of them, I'll say 90% to 95% of the time, people there, you'll see, like most of the time, what you'll see is school kids. School kids in a uniform coming in and out of the state on the double deckers that pass the state, going to school, education, going to school. this is what you'll see: school kids going to and from school, studying school, and so forth. You very rarely on a council estate will see black boys selling hard drugs and stuff. And the government keeps lowering weed, so people just feel like it's like smoking cigarettes. Even though I'm not for like smoking weed, I believe it bums people out. I believe it makes people lazy and stuff, and I'm not against smoking cigarettes and stuff. And I've done both, so I'm not looking down on anyone. I'm against drinking alcohol as well because I just, when I was a kid, before I started smoking cigarettes, before I started smoking weed, before I started drinking alcohol, I was happy. Somewhere along the line, when I was following the crowd, I was told that to be happy, you gotta smoke, you gotta drink. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta get high. But then I realized that after a while, being inside and being away and leaving that life and wherever, I was happy before I started smoking and drinking. Before I started smoking cigarettes, I was happy. Before I started smoking weed, I was happy. Before I started drinking, I was happy. Why do I need to be happy? Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that you will not see people in the States selling hard drugs, whether it's crack, that's coke, this, that, the other. The government has basically made weed legal. So even if people are smoking, like, you won't see much people smoking weed on a council estate, but you'll see some and stuff. But the council brought it down from class, was it class B to class C or whatever and stuff, and they've made it like now that it's just like cigarettes. So, you know, that's why you might see some people. But the point is this: if you go to council estate, the most thing you're going to see is kids going to school. Yeah, you're not going to see drug dealers. You're not going to see gang members and this, that, and the other stuff. You might see the odd one or two, but out of the 90% of people that you that live on a council estate, out of the 100% of people that live on a council estate, 90 to 95% of them are law-abiding citizens. They go to school, they go to school, they go to college, and then they work retail jobs. Go to any black area, go to Peckham, go to Brixton, go to Stockwell, go to Battersea, go to Camberwell, go to Stockwell, go to Tesco's. You'll see lots of black guys working there. Go to Tesco's, you see lots of black guys working there. JD, lots of black guys working there. Foot Locker, lots of black guys there. Why? Because the vast majority of young black men and older black men, yeah, they go to school, they go to college, they work retail, they work in fast food shops, or they learn a trade. Because most black people are not, wait for it, drum roll. Most black people are not criminals. So this guy, this fictitious guy that you create in your head, yeah, that stabs people and shoots people and robs people and this, that, and the other stuff, and you know, he exists. But out of the 100% of black law-abiding, out of the 100% of black people, the law-abiding percent are like 90%, you know. And the whole thing is these people, the drug dealers, the criminal stuff, they're a tiny percent and so forth. And like I said, all you have to do is go to any area, yeah, go to any area, and you will see, yeah, tons of black people working in Greg's, tons of black people working in McDonald's, tons of black people working in a shopping mall, tons of black people in all sports shops. You know, come on. So where did this image of most black people being criminals? Well, if you don't mix with black people, and you wake up in the morning and you go to work, yeah, you wake up in the morning, you put the news on while you're getting ready to work, or you're ironing your clothes or whatever, you're getting ready for work, and you're watching, oh, in London we had knife crime, and this person got stabbed, and there was a fight on the high street, and these two black boys they stabbed each other, and then you get shown what is it on the news again? Oh, there was a break-in today in I don't know in this area, and it was two black suspects who robbed this and that. If you don't live in a black area and you don't see black people, and you wake up in the morning, yeah, you wake up in the morning, put a news on, and you see CCTV footage or of people, two black men having or young boys having a sword fight on the high street. Then you go to work in your little, I don't know, software company or your, I don't know, or you work in a supermarket, you work for, and there's very few black people. Then you do that from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or 9 to whatever, or you're in the office till 9 to 7 or 9 to 6 or whatever, or blah blah blah. And then you come back home, then you put the news on again while you're eating or making something to eat and stuff, and then you see another group of black boys or so forth, or what is it, and what is it? They're breaking into a jewelry shop. And remember, the soaps that you're watching most of the time, all the other footage that you're watching, the white people are the cops, the white people are the firemen, the white people are the hero in the show, the white people are the main star in the comedy and so forth. And the only time you're seeing black people is as criminals in movies most of the time, and criminal and robbers and gang members and rappers and stuff like even rappers and all this kind of stuff. That's another thing, music video rappers and stuff and blah blah blah. Yes, a lot of black rappers they rap about shooting, stabbing, blah blah blah. That's true. But the people that own the record labels are not black, and they choose who becomes big and who becomes small. Same thing, I'm sure in Liverpool, I'm sure in Manchester on the council estates, they have white people rapping at guns and this, that, and the other, and so forth. And yes, it's not white people that own the record labels that push that out, but they also push other genres of white people out. They push a lot of pop music, and pop music is more popular than drill music or rap music or whatever or so forth. So you have different aspects, yeah, you of white people. You don't just have drill rappers talking about killing, stabbing, and all this kind of stuff. You have white people doing pop music. You have white people doing classical music. You have white people doing, you know what I say, rock music. You have white people doing uh, different types of music. So you have a genre, you have a variety, not just one thing keep on programming into your head and pushed into your head. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make, this guy in the middle, this guy with the hoodie, for every one of these, there's 1,000 JD workers, uh, Sainsbury's workers, JD, Foot Locker workers, Tesco workers, Greg workers, McDonald workers, painters, carpenters, was it scaffolders, builders, barbers, even office jobs, IT, software, this, that, and the other, and so forth. So this guy, you've exaggerated this guy. Where is he? You've made this guy the majority of black people. Yeah? But you haven't made this white guy this giant threatening force that you live in fear of. But you live in fear of this guy when there's no need, because our reality is your reality. The majority of young black men in this country are law-abiding schoolgoers, law-abiding college goers, law-abiding retail workers, law-abiding fast food workers, law-abiding tradesmen, and law-abiding citizens. Peace out, take care. Like and subscribe if you like this video.